Chicago Bears Now is presented by Manscaped. You can get 20% off plus free shipping of all their men's grooming products at manscaped.com. Got to use our code BEARS20 to get that 20% off plus free shipping. Coming up on Chicago Bears Now, I am Harrison Graham. I react to Mel Kiper Jr. and Daniel Jeremiah's latest mock drafts as they have each revealed a new mock, kind of that post-week one of NFL free agency mock draft, seeing a lot of those go around right now. So I will react to that and what the Bears each did at the number 9 pick with each of those mocks. But first, want to remind you guys, we do still plan on going live today, 6 Eastern, 5 Central time. Here shortly I have to leave and meet up with my wife Hannah for a baby appointment. So still want to go live. I'll be back after that, but I want to push this video out now. But subscribe, turn on your notifications, and we will talk to you live later on here on Bears Now. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump on in here. Mel Kiper, we'll start with him as he has released his post week one of free agency mock, like I mentioned, and he's got the Chicago Bears selecting Ohio State offensive tackle Paris Johnson Jr. with the number 9 overall pick. He fits the athletic profile of what Ryan Poles likes measurables-wise at offensive tackle. He's 6'6", 313 pounds, really good play strength. 36-inch arms, which allows tackles to have more reach. When you have that good reach and strength combination, you've got really high potential as an offensive tackle in the NFL. Now, he was a little bit grabby in college, certainly needs to clean some of that up. The only question would be is if the Bears draft Paris Johnson, or really any offensive tackle, is will he play right tackle or left tackle, with Braxton Jones being penciled in as the left tackle right now? I do think they would consider going left tackle for Paris Johnson. Now, he's played right guard before in college, so he could play right tackle. I just wonder if Ryan Poles would want the higher ceiling, higher pedigree guy to be his left tackle to protect Justin Fields, but who knows? I don't think it's a guarantee either way. I think Jones could definitely stay at left tackle, and I would be comfortable going that route if I was Chicago. I mentioned the athletic testing. I know Johnson didn't do some of the drills at the combine, like the 40-yard dash, etc. But measurables-wise, over 6'6", 313. Really good on the bench at almost 30 reps there. Did good in the broad jump. So he's got really good athleticism. He'll be mobile. You have to be able to move on this offensive line. Ryan Poles has made that clear with this scheme. You got to have athletic tackles and guards, and Paris Johnson Jr. is just that. Mel Kiper, here's his write-up on Paris Johnson, saying, while the Bears could be in play for a defensive lineman here, particularly if Jalen Carter drops, I see offensive tackle as their biggest hole after their moves in free agency. They could have their choice of the class's tackles here. Johnson played both tackle spots and right guard for the Buckeyes, and he has already blocked for quarterback Justin Fields. And yeah, I actually do agree with Kiper that at this exact moment, clearly trenches in general are the biggest need, but going tackle could make a lot of sense. Now, the defensive line could definitely be a move. If Jalen Carter drops or, if Tyree Wilson's sitting there, you could certainly take him at number 9. But if you don't trade down from 9 and Paris Johnson and or Peter Skoronski are there, it's going to be pretty appealing to take one of those players. The good news is I think Ryan Poles will have options. Who is your dream target with that number 9 pick? Let me know in the comments. They don't trade down. Your dream target at number 9. I want to know who it is right now in the comment section down below. Who would you like to see Chicago draft with the 9th pick in the NFL draft? More analysis on Kiper's mock draft, and then we will shift to Daniel Jeremiah's mock draft, see who he has the Bears selecting. But first, shout out to Manscaped for sponsoring today's show, the Beard Hedger Pro Kit. It's got to change your life for you beard folks out there. Get 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com. Manscaped has always been the industry's below-the-waist leader in grooming, but now they've gone north, and the Beard Hedger is going to have you beard like a pro. You get the Beard Hedger itself, but you also get the scissors, the comb, the beard balm, the oil, the shampoo, the conditioner. It comes with tons of products. And my favorite part about the Beard Hedger is you can say goodbye to multiple guards. No more filling up your drawers at home with attachments. It's on a 20 rotary product here, and we're regardless if you want to do a heavy trim or a slight trim, you're going to have that covered with the Beard Hedger. Get back in the beard game at a high level. If you've tried different products and haven't settled on one, I highly recommend Manscaped's Beard Hedger. You can get 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com. It's manscaped.com with promo code BEARS20 to get 20% off. Check the comments, check the description. It's the Beard Hedger from Manscaped. Go check it out today. All right, so Kiper's mock draft went as follows. Obviously, Carolina sits at number 1 now. They took C.J. Stroud, the Ohio State quarterback. Bryce Young went 2 to Houston. Will Levis, is the Colts traded up with Arizona to move from 4 to 3, goes to Indianapolis. Will Anderson Jr., the Bama edge, goes to Arizona at number 4. Anthony Richardson, the Florida quarterback who's been getting a lot of hype, he goes to Seattle at 5. Jalen Carter does go number 6 in this mock, so he's not available per Kiper's latest mock. Christian Gonzalez goes to Vegas, the cornerback out of Oregon. Illinois corner Devin Witherspoon lands in Atlanta. Then, of course, Paris Johnson, number 9, and then Skoronski at 10. So if you're wondering what notable players were available when the Bears picked at 9, well, those two, Paris Johnson, Peter Skoronski. Tyree Wilson, the defensive line edge guy out of Texas Tech. Broderick Jones, if you want to go in a different direction at tackle, out of Georgia. And then Lucas Van Ness, the Iowa defensive lineman as well. The point being is, regardless of how this falls, Ryan Poles is going to have options. If he wants to go defensive line, good chance there's going to be a guy or two there in that range. If he wants to go offensive line, I would be floored if at least one of Skoronski and Johnson was not there at number 9. I just don't see a scenario where it plays out that way. So, especially if 4 quarterbacks go in the top 8, because then it's only 4 more players. Will Anderson's going to be one of those. Then you're only down to 3. You're going to have options on the offensive or defensive line, which could lead to a trade down as well if there's enough players there left that Poles thinks he could dip back a few spots and still get said player. Who is, or what is, the bigger need, I should say, for the Bears? Type OL for offensive line, type DL for defensive line. What do you think is the bigger need for the Chicago Bears? Okay, let's go from Kiper to Daniel Jeremiah as he has released his latest mock draft as well. I think it's 3.0 for him. I think this is his 3rd, but his post Week 1 of free agency mock. And he also goes offensive line for Chicago, but he goes with Peter Skoronski out of Northwestern. He's also a really good athlete, but in different ways. Skoronski is the most technically sound offensive lineman in this draft, in my opinion. Now, what he has that Paris Johnson, or what he lacks what Paris Johnson has, is he's got short arms, 32 and a quarter. Typically the standard for tackles is minimum 33, but we've seen guys do it before with less. Caleb McGarry has short arms. His former team, or his former I don't know if they overlapped, actually. Maybe for 1 year. Rashawn Slater, he had short arms. He's played left tackle well, so I definitely think he can with his strength and technical skills. But if not, he's got tackle guard flexibility. He's strong enough where he could kick inside, in my opinion, and still play at a high level, be like a Zach Martin type kick inside in the NFL. Here's Daniel Jeremiah, kept it short and sweet. Says he loves this pick for the Bears. Skoronski would be an immediate upgrade at right tackle for Justin Fields. And I do find it interesting that he went out of his way to say right tackle for Justin Fields, because I've kind of thought that as well. With Skoronski, if you are concerned about the measurables just a bit, well, put him at right tackle, a slightly less important position on the offensive line, and keep Braxton Jones at left. Now, obviously, the question is, do you want to draft a right tackle with the number 9 pick? I say yes, if it's a player that's going to be there and play at a high level for a long time. But maybe you could flip Skoronski to right tackle. Doesn't mean he can't play left. I think he could. He could definitely play guard. But maybe that's the Bears' approach is, hey, we think you're the best lineman in this draft, but we want to put you at right tackle because you have shorter arms, so we're going to do that. You look at his relative athletic score from MathBomb. He did do the drills, or a lot of them at the NFL Combine. Height a little bit shorter for a tackle, but weight is fine, and the athleticism is there. Green and yellow is good. Green is excellent. Yellow is good. Good vertical and broad. He's going to be mobile, tested well in the agility drills. So, it's kind of a pick your poison, right? Which offensive tackle is better, you ask? Well, I think Paris Johnson Jr. has the higher upside of reaching being a top 5 tackle in this league one day. It doesn't mean he'll get there. It's you know, a little more boomer bust. He's not as technically sound right now as Skoronski. Skoronski is technically sound. I think he is a safer bet because at minimum he can start somewhere on your offensive line, even if you have to kick him inside. And he's got that versatility. He just doesn't have the measurables Johnson has. So it's kind of like, do you want to go with the safer option, or do you want to try and hit a grand slam and have, you know, an elite 10-year tackle in Paris Johnson? So it's kind of an interesting spot to be in if you are Ryan Poles. So pick an offensive lineman. What would you rather see the Bears do? Type PJ for Paris Johnson Jr., type PS for Peter Skoronski. I would be fine with either, to be honest. I think both are really good options at number 9. Let me know what you guys are thinking. All right, guys, it's going to do it for now. Again, 5 o'clock Central, 6 Eastern. We will be live tonight here on Bears Now. We'll take your questions. We'll get you guys caught up around everything surrounding the Chicago Bears. I'm Harrison Graham. Bear down. We'll see you soon here on the channel.